the Replicator Acer rimfire can. Proprietary Inconel blend, supposed to be the toughest can on the market, and we're about to find out. And even though it's not rated for it, we are going to put a 223 in there, a couple of them, and see if it actually survives. 3, 2, 1. Ninja and Flannel. I'm out here with all things Projectile. He's right here. We've actually got a pretty cool can that we're going to attempt to destroy to the best of our ability. And this is the Replicator Acer, that's A-C-E-R. This is one of the most crazy cans I have seen. I do believe it might be the strongest 22 can on the market, and it is freakishly quiet. So backstory on Replicator, I met them at SHOT Show 2 years ago, and we learned some very interesting things. First one is that it's not just 3D printed Inconel. The official term is actually additive manufacturing, and this is our own proprietary blend of metals. I don't know what it is, but it's patented and it's crazy. Probably one of the strongest materials in existence for suppressors. Temperature rating is up to 1800 degrees, which is completely wild. The can itself, this is their longer of the Replicator Acers. This is 5.1 ounces and it's 5.4 inches long. So not bad. And what they've done with that extra strength is they've made it ultra thin so it doesn't go too heavy on you. But also because it's additive manufacturing, don't have the limitations of machining. They can actually do all the internal supports to direct the gases where they want to go for the max amount of suppression. Thread pitch, per usual for 22, is 1/2 by 28, so it should work on all your 22s and perhaps 5.56, although it's not supposed to. We'll see about that later on. So the real plan today is that we're gonna start with regular subsonic ammo in 22. Then we're gonna hop up to standard velocity, you know, just barely super. Then we got some stingers, which are running around 1600 feet per second. And I will say, the suppression is quite impressive. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Then in the middle of the video, we're gonna get a little wild. We're gonna run some crazy 5.7 to this, see if we can get this thing to explode. And at the end of the video, if it survives all that, I am going to kill this suppressor. So we got a plan, so make sure you stay around for the end. So first we're gonna run is some subsonics, and these are the 22 quiet semis. They run well and they also stay pretty quiet. Now here's the ones that are allegedly supersonic. Honestly, it's hard to believe, but they're supposed to be about 1200 feet per second. And just check this out, it's pretty cool. So now these are the CCI Stingers. They're running like 1600 feet per second. Pretty wild, they rip. And they're actually extremely loud. So we'll see how these are because this is the real test. The 1600 feet per second almost feels hearing safe. You always got that sound barrier crack, but I would say that is the only thing you're hearing. So sound, incredible, but a lot of 22 suppressors actually have pretty good sound on them. So now we're gonna amp it up a little bit and really test that proprietary Inconel. We have the Caltech P50 and the Stuff and Things lower for it. So we're gonna send, let's see here, over 200 rounds of 5.7 through here, me and all things Projectile. So we're gonna just let it rip and getting a little finicky. I'm not sure if this particular setup is liking the can. Let's try that again. A little finicky. I'm not sure if it likes actually having a can, but we will persevere. Well, the Caltech P50 has failed us. I don't know if it's the extractor or what, but it won't even go into battery. So we've abandoned that for our little high-speed test. Moving to the PSA Rock with a, let's see, increased rate disconnector, we'll call it. And let's see if this works. I don't expect it to, but this will be our last attempt at doing a, high rate of fire heat test. We got a jam, but I'll say, that was pretty cool. Let's try that again. I just think that these were meant to be fired this way. Also, I don't know if you could hear that, but the rain, it's starting to rain and it's actually sizzling off the can. Pretty cool. So that was really fun. Aside from it just being ridiculous, focus on the sound. The 5.7 actually sounds really nice. I'm gonna fire just one shot through here. Pretty impressive, right? Like that's 5.7. It's not hearing safe technically, but it's about as hearing safe as 5.7 can be. So FRTs are not a win today, but we did get a lot of rounds through this can. It's holding up really well. I don't see any issues just yet, and it sounded pretty nice. So even one more run here, then we'll move on. Yeah, I give up. So you know what they say, no plan survives first contact. Well, we tried the 22, supers and subs and very supers, great, 5.7, FRT-ish, crapping hot, burned my hand, but the can's actually still doing great and sounding great. So we'll pop a few more rounds of 22, just to make sure she still sounds right, and then we're definitely going to make this thing die. Still sounds pretty good. I actually thought it was going to tear it up a little, but I don't think it actually did any damage all that 5.7. Okay, so it survived everything pretty well. Now we're going to put this on an AR. We'll put some 223 or 5.56 through it, which it's not at all rated for, and see how many it takes before it goes off. Here we go. Well, let's see if it blows up in my face. Storm rolling in, so that's pretty nice. Let's see how she looks here. Yeah, I'll keep my arms back this way a little bit. It's alive, that's one. Jam, okay. I did have a 22 conversion in this AR, so it's pretty filthy. Can still good. I'm astounded. I thought 20 rounds was being a little ambitious. Gonna have to reload and put another box through. So, got another 20 rounds here, just doing 20 at a time. I will note that the muzzle, you're starting to see a little bit of hits there. I'm pretty sure it was aligned before, so I don't know if it's starting to miss shape maybe, or maybe it wasn't aligned properly, hard to say. So, here we go. That was the first 20, here's 20 more. See what happens. Doesn't seem to be getting worse. It's a little confusing. Had another malfunction there. I will finish out this mag and then we'll add another 20 rounds. It's alive. It's got that proprietary Inconel type blend, very strong, very high temperature rating. We already put 40 rounds of 223 through it, through a 16-inch barrel and such. And the only thing I'm getting is a lot of gas back in the face and I'm getting a couple malfunctions. So this is the last 20 rounds that I brought to the range because I just didn't think I'd need more than 60 for this test. So I'm just going to absolutely send it. And if it survives, I'm gonna call it a pass. I don't really think you need to shoot more than 60 rounds to break it, but we'll see. So here we go. We'll shoot them a little bit quicker. Oh, jam. Jamming in a weird way too. Let's see here. It's getting a little funky. Gun's giving me more issues than the can. What can I say? 60 rounds of 223 through a rimfire can. Now we got some baffle strikes in the front, and I don't know if that's my mounting maybe. It seemed good when I did it with the little rods and such, but yeah, Replicator Acer, absolute toughest rimfire can I've ever seen.